That's right, everybody. This is the face of a guy that just received a mystery box challenge and probably one of the worst items I've ever had to DIY with. I'm Jamie, the Crafty DIY guy. All right, everybody, it is mystery box challenge time, and as I mentioned, I've got a bunch of goodies here for a DIY. Now, this month's theme is very different. This is a scavenger hunt theme, and yes, by the way, for the teleprompter police, I'm reading off of my screen, which is right on the other side there on my computer. So it's a scavenger hunt theme, and my box came from Christina Elizabeth. And I love Christina Elizabeth DIY. She's got a great channel. She's got some great DIYs, so definitely check her out. I sent my box over to Lisa Birmingham, and I really love Lisa. I've actually followed Lisa for a long time. She has very high-end DIYs, and I really love her style. So the kind of catch with all of this goodness that's in the box this time is that it's scavenger hunt theme, as I mentioned, and we have to send a total of 10 items. Now, 4 of those items can be kind of sender's choice. You can pick whatever you want, and then 1 item, in addition to the 4, needs to be made of wood. 1 item needs to be either a clothing or an accessory of some type. And then 1 item, I literally have to read this off the screen. 1 item is from the pet section of the store. And then 1 item has to be either outdoor garden department item. So that's 8 items right there, right? 8. And then our challenge items, 1 of them is sender's choice. And then 1 of our challenge items has to come from either like a thrift store or a secondhand store, garage sale, something like that. And then backing up, all of the items cannot be duplicated. So like you could only use, for example, 1 wood item and 1 metal item and 1, you can't copy or duplicate. You know, I can't send like a box of all wood stuff to do, mystery box challenge with. And then the kind of twist that we have with the challenge item is that 1 of the challenge items must incorporate something from nature into this project. So yeah, this is going to be a lot. Now, Christina sent everything, and we also had to wrap everything up. That way it's a real surprise. So we'll get to this. Christina, thank you so much. Beautiful card. Look at that. All right, let's see. Jamie, how fun is it that we get to do this again? Because we exchanged boxes before. Only this time I'm the sender. Yes, I sent it to her before, and I'm hoping she's gentle. Hopefully you won't find my challenge items, or hopefully you won't find my items too challenging and we can still be friends. Can't wait to see what you create. Happy crafting. Love, Christina. So this, along with all my other mystery box notes and cards and different things, is going to go up there. And let's get started. Okay. Let me move this over so I don't knock everything over. All right. So this is wow, there's some good stuff in here. Okay, okay, so these are my challenge items. Oh my gosh, I know what this one is. Oh my God, I know from feeling it. Okay, and these are the challenge items. Let me unwrap all of these and I'll be right back. All right, you guys, I am back. I didn't want to unwrap all of these because I didn't want it to be too loud on camera. I've not unwrapped the challenge items, so let's get into it. First item, a wood palette. That's gonna be easy to work with. I'm excited about that. I'm just putting them down here on the floor. The next item, ooh, this is cute. I've not seen this at Dollar Tree. Have y'all seen this at Dollar Tree? What kind of Dollar Tree do you have, Christina? I'm gonna put it together because I know it needs to go together. Oh wait, no, this is not Dollar Tree. Sorry for exciting you guys. It's Hobby Lobby. I think it's Hobby Lobby anyway. Yeah, we'll go with Hobby Lobby. The Spring Shop. Tell me if that's Hobby Lobby or not. It's looks like a bird feeder or a feeder of some kind. Bird feeder. I think birdseed would fall out of that though. So, maybe I could put, well, I gotta DIY it anyway, so who the hell knows what it's gonna turn into. So that's the bird feeder. The next item from the pet department, pet bowl. Otis actually needs a new food bowl, so I kind of hate to DIY with this. However, I will, because that's part of the challenge rule. All right, this is the other items, lemons. So we've got some lemon stems here. That is super fun. And then we've got a bandana. It looks like it's a plain bandana, so that could be actually kind of fun to work with. Christina, I'm not mad at you yet. Some wired ribbon. That's really pretty ribbon, perfect for spring and summer coming up, so I'm excited about that. It's yellow too, so it's going to go really pretty with the lemons. This is really cool. Some cork tiles, and again, not too scared yet. And then, oh my god, I love cardstock. I love cardstock so much. And this is just beautiful. Like, look at those real quick. Beautiful springtime colors. And it's from Park Lane. Sweet Melody is the name of it. But look at all those really, this one's, I'm obsessed. I love the little birds too. But how cute are all of those? I will be using this, Christina, for a long time. So thank you. Thankfully, I only need to use one item from it. All right, let's get to these challenge items. I'm gonna open this one first because I know what this one is. All right. What? I have to DIY with this? What the? Oh, we are not friends now. We are not friends anymore. What in the world? Ew, it's kind of creepy. It's kind of creepy. I'm afraid of it. Oh my god! How am I supposed to DIY with this? Okay, I'm assuming she got it at a secondhand store. It's got a $5.49 price tag on it. I think you paid $5 too much. I'm gonna stop going, and then I know what this is. This I'm not so scared about. That? Yeah. Yeah, this is exactly what I thought it was. Kind of one of those pool noodle. It's funny. I've never seen it called. It's a noodle booster. Let's get started. So I was going to put Christina's card up on the wall, but guess what? Now it is not going on the wall. Now for this first DIY, I'm going to go ahead and take these cork squares that Christina sent me, and I am going to combine these with this little palette that I also received in my mystery box. Now I would say this is a cork and this is wood. So we are going to combine these. I'm going to take my clippers here and we're going to go ahead and just kind of start to remove some of these little palette pieces because I want to make this more of the size for the cork, and also got to remove that sticker. So as you can see here, they're still just a little bit too big. So I'm going to go ahead and just trim these down a little bit more. And it's kind of nice that these have that little border on the side because it does make it pretty easy to just kind of clip through these, and just a little bit of force here and they come off. So now that I've got this properly sized for the cork itself, we're going to go ahead and unwrap the cork. I also wanted to paint this because I wanted to make sure that this looked really good up against the cork. So I'm going to go ahead and just paint this black. I'm just using a Waverly ink chalk paint, just kind of going over with a couple of coats, making this pretty easy. I've got a little spongy brush and just completely covered this with that chalk paint. Once it was done, I did take out my heat gun to speed up that drying process. This side I did not paint because this is the side that I'm going to be gluing to the cork itself, so there wasn't really much need to go ahead and do this. My heat gun or my glue gun here is falling apart on me. I need to get a new one really bad. And this palette was just glued to the bottom like this. And when this is all said and done, I've got a really cute trivet for my kitchen. How adorable is this? So for this next DIY, I'm going to take this bird feeder. And again, I really do love this bird feeder. I don't want to mess it up. I don't want to paint it because I am going to be using it for bird feeder later on. And I kind of figured out that I think like those maybe dried corn cobs or something go in the center of this. I don't know. Let me know what goes in here. Anyway, I've got this ribbon as well that Christina gave me, and I thought this was really, really fun. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to kind of weave it through the bird feeder, and we're just going to kind of go in and out on this until we've got the bird feeder completely covered in ribbon. And then I am going to go ahead and I'm going to take this all the way down to the bottom, and I'm going to just kind of wrap it around as tightly as possible, and then we're going to go ahead and glue that at the bottom. Now, once this is all done, I kind of think this looks like a vase, and I've got these great lemon stems that Christina also sent me, and I added some white flowers. How pretty is this? Now, this next item is one of my challenge items, and I'm going to go ahead and just use this one. I'm also going to use this with the nature. So remember, one of the challenge items I had to use with nature. Now, I've seen this done before on a lot of different channels, and I really do like the way it turned out. So I'm also going to take this vase and incorporate it into this pool noodle because I want to kind of make it like a modern looking vase, but I want it to be functional. So I'm going to go ahead and take the vase. I'm going to put it at the top of the foam noodle there, or the noodle extender, or whatever it was called. And we're just going to go ahead and start removing some of that foam. Now, I took a box cutter and just very carefully kind of went around the line here. And eventually it was just easier to start digging in here and just kind of pulling off the pieces of foam with my hands. And it was a little bit of a mess, but honestly, this was probably the best way to do this. I did end up taking the box cutter, going on the other side of it as well, and then kind of ended up meeting it in the middle, if you will. And I kept kind of digging down in here until this vase was going to fit inside, kind of squeezing it down like you see here. But I didn't want to just leave it at this blue color, even though, you know, blue is my favorite. So I did take some chalk paint and I started to just kind of go over it a little bit. My intention is to spray paint this, and I do end up spray painting this white, but I wanted to just kind of give the chalk paint a little bit of coverage because chalk paint, as you know, kind of sticks to a lot of different things, and it's really easy to then kind of paint over on something like this when you do have a coating for the kind of spray paint to stick to. So I went ahead and did this, completely covered this with chalk paint, and then went in with my heat gun and kind of sped up the drying process here just a little bit. And then again, I did take this outside and spray painted it. But while I was also outside, it needed to incorporate some nature. So I found these twig pieces outside, and I just decided to go ahead and spray paint them my favorite color of blue because you know me and blue. I love blue, and honestly, this is the spray paint that I have left, and it was just kind of a necessary evil because the budget right now does not permit for a lot of extra luxuries. And this is how it turned out. I added some white flowers, and I really do think this is kind of cool. What do you guys think? Now, this next DIY, I'm going to use the bandana that Christina sent me, and we're just going to go ahead and kind of unwrap this. This was a really, really big bandana. Now, I have this kind of bin in my craft room that kind of has all these like rub-on transfers and little stick-on gems and stickers and iron-ons and everything. And as I was kind of digging through this, trying to find something, I came across a stencil that I've had for quite a while, and I thought that this stencil could be absolutely perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and go through, and I'm going to take this canvas. This canvas was one that I've had for a while. I kind of split it. I was cutting open some boxes, and it was kind of a casualty, I guess you can say. But I did save it. Remember, I have a little bit of a bin that's kind of like a junk bin, and it's got just kind of random pieces like this in there. So I knew when I kind of wanted to do this idea that this canvas frame would kind of be perfect for it. So I went ahead and just removed the existing canvas that was on there and torn. And then I took the bandana. It was a little thin, so I did kind of double it up because I wanted to get an idea on where I could paint. So I did mark this with a pencil, and then I decided that I would go ahead and iron it out. So I wanted to, again, kind of keep this doubled up. I took my heat press and just kind of heated this up. If you have a bandana and you don't have a heat press and you need to iron it, you could certainly use a regular iron. And then for my paints, I've got these three colors. It's like a dark purple, a yellow, a blue, and then I went ahead and added this green, and then I also added this red into it. So after I did kind of iron out and press everything out and get that as flat as possible, then it was time to go ahead and start painting. So I took my stencil and I just kind of taped it to the top there, and I just started painting, and I alternated the colors and made sure I had kind of a rainbow effect here. And I really do love the way that this was starting to look. So now that I've got this canvas frame, and there was a little bit of an oopsie there, you can see I've got my staple gun here. The great thing about this canvas frame is kind of where the oopsie happened, I'm able to take this wooden frame from the canvas and kind of cover it up. So I added a dot of hot glue into each one of the corners of this, and then made sure that I kind of, stuck it down and kind of covered up where that little oopsie was. And then I flipped this over and just used my staple gun to make sure that this canvas was really, really nice and tight. And again, I did go all the way around with the staple gun because I wanted this to be nice and taut. And then as you can see, this is what it turned out to look like when it was all done. I was really, really happy with this one. All right, now it's time for this guy here. We've become friends now, but he doesn't know what his future is getting ready to happen to him here. So we are going to go ahead and start to remove the little bear clown from the box. And to do that, I kind of just started pulling out like random pieces of styrofoam. And then I needed to kind of see what was behind here because I really had no idea what was in here. So I took my scissors out and just kind of clipped his clothing there at the bottom. And then I just kind of started to pull and just kind of separate and pull the fabric out. And then there was all these random strings and stuff. So I started to kind of cut those and remove these out of here. I'm going to speed up this footage because it was quite a long process. And then we kind of separated the clown teddy bear from the actual base itself, but then it was still kind of in here. I just unscrewed the key the opposite way, and then this like nugget thing was here, and then I started to kind of remove all the different pieces here, and this was kind of crazy because there was all kinds of tape and different things, and you could tell that this was really old, and I was trying to pop this out. It literally flung up and almost hit me in the face. So now I'm kind of angry at it again. I'm going to go ahead and remove all these little gold kind of ribbon pieces from around the box itself. And then you can see that little piece of wood that I've got off to the side there. That was in my stash, and it's almost the perfect size for this to kind of create like a little bit of a lid for this. Now I've got the music box here, and it's got that little bit of an arm there, and I was thinking that maybe I could unscrew this. And by the way, this is what the inside of a music box looks like, and I thought it was kind of cool. And the kind of stem thing here, it wouldn't come out. It didn't unscrew or anything. I didn't want to risk breaking it. So I did just kind of clip it off with my clippers there, my lineman pliers, which I'm telling you, it's one of the best tools I have in my crafting arsenal. And there are some links here on screen for your own lineman pliers if you want some. I did go ahead and just put the key back in there to see if the music box still worked. And the good thing is, or I guess the good thing is, it still did work. So we're just going to kind of put this aside for right now. We're going to take these pieces outside and spray paint them. But before I did spray paint them, I have this little wooden knob, and at first I was going to spray paint everything gold, and then I decided to look through this scrapbook paper that Christina sent me and see if I could find a print in here that I really liked. And I did end up kind of stumbling upon one print here. I was going to go with this butterfly because it did have gold flecks, but I ended up going with this one instead. And all I did was just kind of take the scrapbook paper, I flipped it over, as you can see here. I went ahead and just traced all around it with my pencil here, and then just kind of cut everything out with a pair of scissors and made it kind of the right size for the lid. For my little knob, I did take that outside and I spray painted that gold. You'll see that in just a second here. I went ahead and took my glue stick and just kind of ran over the wood, making sure that I had a good amount of glue here. And then we're going to go ahead and take our scrapbook paper and just kind of place that down right on top of there. And it gives it a really cool look. Now we've got my braying tool here. We're just going to go ahead and kind of smooth out that paper, make sure that the glue is all stuck to that. This is what the knob looks like when it's spray painted gold. I just added a little bit of glue onto the bottom of that and just kind of glued it right in the center. This is what the box looks like when I spray painted it gold. I did the inside and the outside and the bottom. And I've got my lid here, which I thought was really, really cute. And then I did go back and I added in the music box again. That way I've got a really cool little jewelry holder here, and I can put my watch in here, I can put knickknacks in there, and then it does play for us. Got another DIY here because I've got this pet bowl that I was given and I need to do something with this. I also had this terracotta bowl. I've had this terracotta bowl. I did this in an Aldi haul quite a while ago. I haven't used it yet and I thought that this could be perfect. I added some wood pieces into the bottom of the bowl and just kind of, just kind of move them around. The wood pieces are really filler because I've got this sand and I need to use a lot of sand around the bowl for this project, and the wood pieces are kind of helping to fill up some of that extra space. So go ahead and grab some sand, grab some wood pieces. I did take the sand and just kind of smooth this out a little bit and tried to get that as evenly spread out around there as possible. And then I added in some of these glass beads. These are from Amazon, but they sell the same exact kind of thing at Dollar Tree. I was just able to buy them in bulk on Amazon. I do wish that I had bought another package of these though, because I think that this would be really, really amazing with even more beads in it. But as you will see, I did end up getting a very nice coverage here with the exception of a few spots. Not a really big deal at all. And I think it does look really nice and full. So I took this outside and poured some rubbing alcohol in the center. I only did a little bit of rubbing alcohol. You do not need a lot of this at all. And we're going to go ahead and light it with a lighter, and it creates a really cool fire pit. How cute is this for tabletop? Do not add more rubbing alcohol inside this while it is burning. Please don't do that. And this is how it looks at night. How beautiful is this? I really, really love this. Now we've got the teddy bear. I wanted to use every single bit of my mystery box this time around. So I took the teddy bear and I kind of found out where his head was there. And I just added some hot glue there. I added this Dollar Tree candlestick. And now I've got this decorative clown knickknack that I can send to Christina Elizabeth for the next mystery box challenge.